Congratulations. You want to learn how to self-quarantine. This video will act as your guide as you learn the ins and outs of how to self-quarantine. Now I know what you might be thinking. Who is this guy? What are his qualifications? Why should I trust what he has to say about how to self-quarantine? And, well, actually, these are really good guidelines. They're going to help you with what you're doing. First things first. You're going to need to learn how to spell quarantine. Otherwise, how else are you going to complain about it on social media? These, though similar and easy to mistake, are incorrect. It's important to remember that you spell the noun like this, the verb like this, and its most closely related expletive like this. Social distancing does not mean you need to stay socially distant. During all this time, we need to remember that we're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars, and we see that. This handy list of quarantine do's and don'ts will become your greatest tool to combat not just the disease, but the boredom it brings with it. Do stay in contact with your friends. It's important not to go stir-crazy during all of this, and seeing their happy smiling faces will help keep you sane. Don't stay in contact with your friends. It's important to remember that my body's nobody's body but mine. You touch your own body. Let me touch mine. Do keep a safe distance from others. Most places they've even put these wonderful markers on the ground to let you know where to stand and which direction to walk. They've even color-coded it, so even the simplest person will be able to understand, like, oh, this is red, I shouldn't walk this way. It's not that difficult, people, come on! For the love of God! Do cough or sneeze into your elbow. It's a really easy way to prevent against the spread of germs and is already something that you should be doing. Don't use your hands. Coughing and sneezing into your hands makes you look like a poorly raised child, and most people would consider that a bad thing, unless that was the aesthetic you're going for. Do keep yourself clean. Hygiene is important even when there isn't a global pandemic going on, so let's just make sure we're showering using soap. Don't drink hand sanitizer, unless you buy the flavored kind. Do use a face mask or covering. The mask better obscures your face and makes it harder to identify you from the security footage. Don't rob the bank with your personalized mask. It may be the best fit, but having your identity cross-stitched into your breathing apparatus makes you a nightmare for most public defenders. Do keep your spirits up during all this. Don't expect that a bunch of celebrities singing a song is going to save us. Roll it.
They say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not.
Do keep yourself entertained during all of this. Don't slip into an existential crisis, losing all touch with reality, falling deeper and deeper into the void until you realize just how small and insignificant you are in the grand scheme of things. The universe is infinite, and you're just a small speck on a single planet in an expansive universe where there could be millions of people just like you, and then you'd be negligible compared to them. Do learn a new skill. With half the world shut down, you might be running out of shows to watch or games to play. Why not try learning to crochet? All you have to do is queue up a YouTube tutorial, forfeit some of your dignity, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a scarf. Or you could learn to play an instrument. You might have a gift you never knew about buried deep inside you, waiting for the right moment to show your natural-born talent. Or maybe you don't. You could try writing. Maybe keep a journal. Catalog your thoughts during these tough times. You could read a book. I'm just kidding. Nobody's that bored. You could always learn to cook. This is a life skill that is just a very important one to have. And if you already know how to cook, explore new dishes. Try something you've never dared to cook before. Just don't burn down the house. Do keep yourself stocked up on the necessities. Don't throw elbows when Granny's trying to buy a 4-pack of single ply. She will take you down to the ice, and she's a biter. Do be cautious about what you touch. Avoid contact with the face, especially when you're outside of the house. Don't wear gloves everywhere you go. You look as dumb as those people who wear masks when they're alone in their own car. Do use this time to be productive. Nobody asked for it, but this is a great time to tackle those projects that have been piling up, waiting for the moment that you had time. Don't waste your time making a video about quarantine after people are starting to return to normal life. So there you have it. You're on your way to quarantining like a pro. Stick to these guidelines and you'll be able to make it through anything that 2020 has to throw at you. Except for the murder hornets.